What is up? Welcome into Drive the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you this afternoon. Big Greg, California Wager. What's up, baby? How we doing?
Good. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well.
Man, good to see you, buddy. Hope everybody is doing great. Let's see here. What do we have? My man Bruce said, I need 2 locks. Let's go. We get them, man. We're going to find it. Big Brian, good afternoon, AB and crew. Happy Tuesday afternoon, Big Brian. Great to see you, buddy. Big Tony, afternoon, crew. Great to see you. Look at Greg jumping in the chat. I love it, man. Slick Rick, let's go. All right, we'll jump into it. Keep saying hello in the chat. Let's go. What do we have yesterday? Bam. Got him. Well done, crew. Excellent job. Naz Reid over 1.5 threes. Got it. Chet Holmgren over 1.5 threes. Got it. He got 2. We got there, though. So nice job, crew. Well done. All right. Let's jump into it here for today. Big Greg, look, I'm going to throw it over to you for picks first, and then we're going to jump into some fun here. Let me throw it to you. What do you have here for tonight?
We're keeping it interesting for you. We're going across the world today, so we will throw out our first KBO pick of the season on here. But we'll start in college baseball. Cal State Fullerton money line tonight. I love what Fullerton's been doing over the last month. Turned into a formidable weekend team, and I like what the offense has been doing. Go Fullerton. We like the Titans today. And then, hey, it looked too easy, which we know how that generally ends, but I like the matchups today. I love LSU getting that in-state rivalry. LSU, we know, needs every win they can get right now, and love pairing them up today with Wake Forest at the -120. And then we go to KBO. We've been doing overseas for 7 years, and we've been pushing back every single night with it. We will start off the DTL KBO World Series here. The KBO regular season, let's say, with the Samsung Lions taking on the Doosan Bears tonight. We like Samsung on the run line, but for our free play, we like Samsung team total over 3.5, even more.
Nice job, man. Look, I love that all the KBO teams are brands. That's what makes it happen. Dude, the Samsung Lions. All right, now, the interesting part, LSU and Wake Forest. I went with both of these teams in the morning show. I didn't pair them together, but I went with both of them. And I'm saying that because your analysis, I believe, is spot on. I'm right there with you. LSU has got to win today. No question. They have to win a baseball game. And Wake Forest, good matchup there. It's going to be fun. We'll talk about it. But, yeah, nice job, man. 3 picks from you. Let's go. All right, 3 from me as well. Here's what we have. Let me throw it up full screen. Drew Holiday, the Trailblazers, over 2.5 threes, -110. Look, usually we have a couple NBA props, player props in the afternoon show. I only have one. I'm kind of concerned about player props tonight. We'll talk about them, but I'm going to go with Drew Holiday here over 2.5 threes. I don't know how long they're going to be in the game, but I have a feeling he's going to be firing them. Next, Mississippi State Ole Miss over 12, -115. Let's go. I want the over in this game. Yes, it's being played neutral site. For sure, home runs might be a little difficult to get. That said, I think we're going to have a really fun game. 6-6 gets us home here. Let's go. And then UCLA, UC Santa Barbara. I think that it's just going to be hitting at a UCLA. I don't think that they're concerned about what the results of this game are whatsoever. UC Santa Barbara does kind of need to get it out of here now. Not that they're playing bad by any means, but they're going to have to get run production up. I'm going to take the over 11.5 here. All right, let's go. Now, let's have some fun. Ooh, real quick. First off, all members of the crew, thank you so much for what you do, renewing your subscriptions every single month. You keep this place up. Thank you so much. If you want to be a part of it, help support DTL, scan that QR code right there. $5 a month. Look, we'll make you the 5 back. Don't worry about that. You're in good hands for sure. Okay, Greg, let's jump into it here. Let's have some fun. Home runs, big dog. All right, we did this on the morning show. We have a little time today. No day baseball. So here are your 5. Yordan Alvarez +235, Kyle Schwarber +250, Cal Raleigh +300, Freddie Freeman +350, O'Neal Cruz +375. What are you thinking today, big dog?
If I'm going off of this list right here, I'm going Freddie Freeman. I like the spot. I am not a Jansen Junks fan, so I think the opportunity will definitely be there. The weather here has been gorgeous. I expect the same in SoCal, so I think we're in a pretty decent spot here at 3.5 to 1 with Freeman.
Nice. Yep. Excellent spot. We were talking about it. Wind blowing out to right center. It is a perfect day for left-handed pull hitters. Buddy, it's your spot. Now, I'm on Yordan Alvarez +235 on the big dog here. Ready to get after it. All right. What do we have tonight? Now, we have 3 NBA games. We'll walk through these 3 NBA games, and we'll jump into college baseball because we have totals. First, 76ers of the Celtics. Celtics, 10.5-point favorites, total of 213.5. Now, Greg, feel free to stop me if you have any strong plays on any of these games, any of these props whatsoever. Crew, same thing. Now, here's the deal we're facing in this one. Series is 3-1, and the Celtics are at home. We have closeout potential here, okay? So we need to be concerned about that. Now, taking a look at player props here. This is points. Joel Embiid over under 26.5. Jaylen Brown, 26.5. Tyrese Maxey, 25.5. Jason Tatum, 24.5. Paul George, 14.5. Peyton Pritchard, 14.5. Derek White, 12.5. VJ Edgecombe, 11.5. Again, Greg, yeah, feel free to jump in if you have anything on any of these guys. I'm not sure what to do in terms of points in this one. Now, taking a look at threes. Tyrese Maxey over 2.5 threes feels like a play at minus 157. Jason Tatum, but again, that juice, you can't really play it. Jason Tatum over 2.5 minus 140. Can't really do much with that. Peyton Pritchard, 2.5 plus 100. Paul George, 2.5. Derek White, 2.5, etc. So, Greg, any thoughts you have on this game overall? You'd have to jump into like player props, but just taking a look here. Anything you see, 76ers and Celtics?
Yeah, I think what we've seen of recent history is what we'll see with these two. I expected the Celtics to win the series. Big shocker. I wouldn't be surprised they did it in blowout fashion at home tonight. Last thing you want to do is extend the series any further as well. So wouldn't be surprised to see the Celtics win this thing in the 15 to 17, 18 point range, something like that. I do definitely think that they cover this game. I just think it's too much Celtics, and being with the Garden like this, a closeout opportunity. I just think there's too many things going, especially with what we saw with Boston, and especially the lack of 76ers defense a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It feels like it's just Boston. Too much. All right, game number 2, Hawks and the Knicks. Knicks, 6.5-point favorite. Boy, this hasn't moved. Total of 214.5. All right, so this series is tied 2-2. All right, so we don't have any closeout in this one. This is just a massive game 5, Hoss. That's what this is. Taking a look at points here. Jalen Brunson, 26.5. Jalen Johnson, 20.5. Karl Anthony Towns, 20.5. CJ McCollum, 20.5. Nikhil Anderson, 17.5. OG Anunoby, 16.5. Onyeka Onkwogu, 13.5. So, again, points-wise, yeah, I don't know, man. I looked at Jalen Brunson, but that is a large number. And Brunson is that dude who kind of does everything well, but he could fall short player props because he does so many things, man. You definitely got to pay attention to your hooks on that one. Dad bod, you go Hart over 11.5 points. There we go. I like it. Big Kirk, good to see you, man. Jaylen Brown over 1.5 threes and Peyton Pritchard over 7.5 rebounds and assists plus 207. All right, I like that, man. Boogie, hey, good to see you, buddy. OG, 6.5 rebounds. All right, let's go. I like it. Yeah, if anybody has rebounds, points, rebounds, and assists, props, drop those in. Definitely, please. All right, Nikhil, 2.5 threes, 169 not playable. CJ McCollum, 2.5 threes. I don't mind that. Jalen Brunson, 2.5 threes. I don't mind that. Anobi, 2.5 threes, plus 123. Miles McBride, 1.5. Yeah, keep going. Some of those are pretty much unplayable. Jalen Johnson, 1.5, not bad. Karl Anthony Towns, over 1.5 threes, is not a bad look at all. Greg, any thoughts you have on this game 5 here?
Nope. This series is so sideways to me that no, I've stayed far away from it. I had a lean. I think this wonky number leans me towards the Knicks, but we know what they do with a lead late in the game, so easy pass.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Pass is a good answer on this one, dude. It's going to be a tight game tonight. I'm fascinated with the total. I feel like it's going to be one of those 93 to 89 style games, old school NBA playoff. All right, game 3, Trailblazers and the Spurs. Spurs 11.5-point favorites, total of 216.5. So, again, we go back to a closeout in this one. San Antonio leads 3-1 at home. Pretty much, I believe everybody's thinking Spurs handle their business here. Now, points, Wemby, 26.5. Denny, 22.5. De'Aaron Fox, 17.5. Stephon Castle, 17.5. Drew Holiday, 16.5. Scoot Henderson, 13.5. Jerami Grant, 13.5. I don't have any points here. I do have threes, and I'll get the banner up in just 1 second after we go through this last slide. Drew Holiday over 2.5 threes, minus 110. He's averaging 2.6 per game this season. Look, I think he's in a good spot here, especially if the Spurs are playing from ahead. Man, I think we're in a real good spot. So I like Drew there for threes, but you've got some options here, man. Tizzle says Denny double. There you go. Queta over 1.5 first quarter points, and Peyton Pritchard over 3.5 assists plus 142. I like that. Boogie. Luke Cornett over 9.5 points and rebounds. Been very effective with boards and points when he subs in for Wemby. Absolutely. And I'll tell you this too. You want to know a fun stat? Luke Cornett. Okay, he's from Lexington, Kentucky originally, but he's from Nashville. He played at Vanderbilt. His mom is on she's an anchor woman for the local news here on Channel 4. Yeah, look up Tracy Cornett. She's great. His dad's like 7 foot tall. He's huge. Yeah, man. Luke Cornett's awesome. His sister played at UCLA. Super athletic family. All right, so Greg, I throw it over to you, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to take it off. That was a good look, Boogie, by the way. Luke Cornett over 9.5 points and rebounds. Been very effective. He is effective, 100%. I didn't mean to take it sideways. It's just interesting every time we see him because his mom's on the news every day here in Nashville. She's great, man. She's been doing it for a while. All right, so Spurs, 3-1 lead. Greg, what do you think of this one, man? Spurs big?
I mean, it's hard to look the other way. I feel like concerns if the Trailblazers can continue to hang close. The Spurs have that depth, and as mentioned, a guy like Cornette coming off the bench is just an ongoing nuisance for you. You're not getting that big break like you would when a star comes out. So, there's concerns on that end, and the Trailblazers have been known to let go of the rope at times. So you wonder if down 3-1 things get ugly. You just worry, especially at home where you're going to be motivated, whether you're up by 10 or 40. So there are questions with that end. 10.5 is obviously a bit high, but again, I feel like that, closeout opportunity at home like this is a big thing, and getting that 11, I think, isn't impossible here. So I do lean the Spurs on that number.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think you nailed it too when you were talking about the Celtic game. And you had mentioned teams that are up 3-1, you just do not want to, you want to close this thing out now. You don't want to go to 3-2 because 3-2 becomes 3-3 and 3-3 becomes Cancun. You know what I mean? So 100%, I'm with you. Now, you could wish and want that all you want. You still got to go out and win the game. But the mentality, the thought process, I think you're spot on with it, man, right there. All right, so that's NBA tonight. Let's jump into college baseball here. A couple plays here. Big Brian, San Antonio first quarter -3.5, -102. I like that. Kirk, Wemby threes. Nice. Wemby will hit you too. I don't mind Wemby threes at all, man. I like it. All right. So college baseball here. Let me get the banner up. Picks at the bottom. Let's go. All right. So Greg, again, you know how we get down. Feel free to stop me. Any of these games that you see. Let's see. Tizzle. Well, real quick, Tizzle. Haven't had a chance to mention it, but Big Jamad McCoy to the Raiders might be the biggest steal of the draft. Hey, I think so too. You got yourself a player, man. McCoy's a stud. I know he fell, but dude, yeah. Marshall, 3-3 equals Cancun. AB, man. Right? Marshall, good to see you, bro. Yeah, all right. So I'm with Aubie here. Aubie, I saw your comment. You were talking about looking to play totals live and using the Aubie line of the first three. 100% agreed. You have weather that's out there for sure. Midwest, Southeast, Ohio Valley, and it's heading up to the Northeast, that direction there, right? So you're going to have it. You're going to have runs, man, for sure. All right, Troy, Georgia, total of 14.5. I'm not going that high now. I'm with Georgia here, but come on, buddy. UConn and Rutgers, total of 13, nothing there. St. John's and Hofstra, 15. I don't have anything on that. Indiana and Louisville. Dude, look at Greg. These totals are maxed to the gills today, dude. Super high, man. Indiana and Louisville, 15.5. Yeah, we'll see, man. Gonzaga and Oregon, total of 12.5. That's pretty standard fare. Appalachian State, Wake Forest. All right, Greg, I'll get out of your way. Look, I'm on Wake Forest for the morning show. I feel you here, all right? And I hate fading Appalachian State, but it is what it is. Total of 13.5. You're on Wake. What do you see, man?
Yeah, I mean, two different programs, especially this year. I think App is a bit down, especially leaving the Appalachian Mountains. I think that they do have a decent bit of an advantage playing at home there. But I think Wake, especially a team with, we got 3 weeks left in this season till regionals, and it's do or die for a lot of these programs. I think Wake that is a team that needs to play desperately, whether it's the 1 seed right now or a team that's 110. You need to put on the best last couple weeks here and get as close as you can to a regional berth, see where you can end up. But to me, more than anything, the midweek talent or lack thereof for App State isn't going to be enough that can handle a Wake lineup.
Yep, I'm with you, man. Now, the interesting part is that these two teams both want today. But I'm with you. I think the Wake is just on fire. I love where this team is at. I was talking about this morning. It's the same thing that you were saying. I love where this team is at mentally. I love that they're playing together. They're just in a good spot, man. Charlotte Liberty, total of 13, nothing there. East Carolina, NC State. I'm not going to lie. This morning when I didn't know the total, I wanted on the over. I don't now. 14. You need 8-6 just to get a push. Now, I do think you're going to get runs. NC State they're all over the map. They could put up 22 runs today, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. They could put up 2, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. High Point Campbell, total of 13. Nothing there. VCU Old Dominion, 12.5. Longwood VMI, 14.5. I want to, but I can't. I bet on VMI a couple times, and they burn me every time, fellas. Citadel, South Carolina. This game feels like 1-0. That's exactly what Citadel, South Carolina, under an 11.5 is just sitting there waiting. Marshall, Morehead State, 20.5. All right. Are we doing it? We have a rule, Greg, on this show. We go under anything that is over the 20 mark. What are you thinking here? Just based on number alone.
I mean, 20.5 is pretty absurd. You got to find a line driver to finds a glove, and that 20.5 is I did that the first game in Mexico City when it was 16.5 or whatever. I took the under, blindly take the under. And, you look like a fool sometimes, but when it's 5-3, you also look all right. So, hard not to take, but that, are they sure they didn't mix up preseason football on this one?
It's so, dude, you need 21 runs to get the over.
On a 10-run game, you could lose.
That's what I'm saying.
You could lose 15-4. You could lose 15-5. You lose.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Run rules are part of this.
I'm out.
Yeah, I know, man. Look, Tony said it too. Under. Yeah. I think it's just auto under, bro. I say that though. Watch 17-15,
I was going to say it's going to be like 13-6 in the fourth.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's where you're just like, oh, my God. Or Oklahoma State or Roberts, nothing there. Coastal Carolina, North Carolina. Yo, buddy, we got a game here. All right, total of 12. I don't want that total. North Carolina playing great. Coastal Carolina, absolutely not afraid of anyone. I love this game. Look, I don't have a play on it. I don't have any bet on this game. But I don't know, man. Like, I want to go North Carolina. They're the better team. But I don't know, man. Coastal is very legit, and they take these midweek games seriously too. Which way would you go, Greg? If you had to make a choice, if you had a free bet, where would you go? I'd
probably lean the under if I had to. I think both these teams do have interest in this. But the number's not high enough for me on Coastal. I've been bit by a Coastal multiple times, and you look at where they've kind of been up and down. They're still, getting the rotation configured, getting their Sunday guy back, who could be a Friday night guy for anyone else, and they may rotate as well. But they're getting that rotation back who'd lost 2/3 of the weekend spots, and I think that is a big deal for them. It's a decent travel. The Carolina spot right now is tough. They're playing really well. The offense is playing well. And we know they can pitch. So that Tuesday, you have no worries with bringing a few guys in for an inning. getting ready for Friday. I would lean Carolina. Or, excuse, I would lean Carolina. There's an easy winner for you. But I would lean, I'd lean UNC, and I would lean the under as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this was, a 6-4 game or something like that. I do expect, both these teams do not have problems playing a little bit of small ball as well. We know UNC does not, so would lean that. And then looking back,
they both have no problem going small ball. You're right.
Yeah. Correct. And we watch UNC do it every week. Coastal's played more small ball this year too than what we've seen, where they can bash people out of the yard. But I think that also comes with them wanting to produce runs with what's been an up and down pitching staff with the injuries, like I said. So there's always going to be some questions. So I'd lean the Tar Heels in today and lean the under 12.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. But I don't know. It's tough. Coastal is like they take these seriously. Yeah, Tony, give me a half a unit on Coastal plus 180. There we go.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be. Sorry, Greg. What were you gonna say?
No, I agree. I think that there's no wrong play on this one today. I think that this is, to me, a sit back and watch. But where I kind of do like the under is I think that there will be a few outs trying to produce a few more runs.
Yeah. Tizzle, Coastal getting healthy. Yes, they are. North Carolina's a wagon, though. That's the problem. They are an absolute wagon, man. They do not. Go ahead. What?
Sorry. No, go ahead and finish.
No, I was going to say they just don't give up a lot of runs. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I was going to say of what we mentioned as well earlier, real briefly, Campbell has been a pretty decent spot during the midweek. They've had, for the past few seasons, including this year, they went on a pretty good run of some pretty highly ranked teams that they were knocking off. So I did lean Campbell today. And then I do like South Carolina. I feel like since that firing, there's been a kick in their butt. They've been producing in terms of victories and just what they've been playing like. So
they can pitch. Yeah.
So I think this is a team that, quite frankly, is probably scared to D around a little bit right now because of, a new staff, a new season incoming, and what was a really, really poor start. So I did think that there was, decent value. I took South Carolina on the run line. I also parlayed them with a couple things just for fun, because I do think that they are, in the better spot today. And also I leaned NC State. I thought that this was a better place for them at home going against ECU, who's been, all over the place.
Yeah, they've both been. I'm with you. Like, they both have been. All right. Oh, real quick. All right. Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Total 12. All right. Neutral site game. I don't think home runs are going to be necessarily the thing. I think both these teams are just going to get after it right out of the gate. There's no other look than to let's not burn our weekend pitching and let's go out and mash because, hey, it's Mississippi State or, hey, it's Ole Miss. You know what I mean? Egg bowl of baseball, baby. Let's go. I'm with you over here. I do think that Mississippi State is absolutely going to look to put up runs early because even though they can pitch, this isn't the weekend. Let's go have some fun in this one. And you're going to have a nice crowd out there too, man. The state of Mississippi is going to show out. Two excellent baseball teams. We're going to be talking about them for a while, man. So it's going to be a fun game. J-Dog, hello. Sorry that I'm late. J-Dog, so good to have you, buddy. I'm glad that you are here. Kirk, Devin Vassell over 12.5 points, minus 104. Beautiful, man. Put these player props in the Discord. Thank you very much for that. Wimby, 25 plus points, and Castle, 6 plus assists equals plus 100. Beautiful, man. I appreciate that. Big time. We all do. Thank you. Jacksonville State, Sanford, total of 13. Nothing there. DBU, Abilene Christian, total of 16. Nothing there. Louisiana Tech, Louisiana Monroe, 13.5. Kansas State, Nebraska, total of 14.5. I would lean under. Screams under to me, but Kansas and Wichita State, 12.5. If this were 14, I'd go under as well. I don't know about 12.5, though. A little scares me. Southeastern and LSU, total of 14.5. My heavens, LSU has to get a win. Greg, you're on LSU today. What do you see, man?
Yeah, they should be pissed off and beat the crap out of them. Like, there's no questions with where this LSU mindset should be. They've given up absurd amounts of runs. They can't get anybody out when they have a lead. They can't hold anyone down. I think that we get a ton of mashing. This would be an LSU team total over. I'd like this would be, to me, this is a spot LSU should be 4.5 run favorites at least. I think that it's a mispriced spot. I think that LSU, deserves to be where they are right now. But I also think that this, to me, is a mismarking. I think that this team can score a bunch. We know what they can do. They start getting hot. They put up a few runs early. I mean, who is Southeastern Louisiana going to bring out midweek from the bullpen if things go sideways? A lot of issues on that end. So I lean LSU in every way.
Yep, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, they need to win. They need to win. By the way, I'll either tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm going to release a short on college baseball regional projections, who's going to host, all that stuff. So we'll get all that information out. But yeah, man, LSU has got to get on this thing. We'll see if they do, though. We've been saying that for 11 weeks now. Southern Miss and Tulane, total of 13-0 here. UCLA, UC Santa Barbara, total 11.5. I got something on this one. I don't think UCLA is going to care about anything but mashing. That's it. Just get up and hit. Now, UC Santa Barbara, they're going to kind of look to win this game. This would be a huge RPI game. Taking down the number one team in the country, that'd be nice. That said, though, UCLA didn't have a care in the world. And I say that positively. You know how nice it is to get up and hit when you don't have to worry about what happens? Oh, my goodness. Your batting average goes to about 462 when you don't care, Just getting up there, having fun. And I think that's where UCLA is going to be tonight, man. So I'm going to roll with the over 11.5 here. Lamar and Rice, total of 10. UNLV, Utah Tech. Shout out Dixie State. Give them some love. Yeah, there we go. Total of 17. Huge total in that game. USC, UC Irvine, total of 12. Yeah, Greg, if you have anything, feel free. I mean, some of these games are random. Cal State, Florida, and I know you're on the Titans here. It's time to tighten up. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, Tusk up. Yep, Tusk up. Let's go. Yeah, I like Fullerton tonight. I like what I've seen from them the last couple of weeks. Like I said, playing better as a team. I've definitely watched them as well, and I like the vibes going on over there. Things are looking up in the Big West, like I expected. With the exception of some of the greats that we know forever, like the Long Beaches and such. There's some upgrades there. Like we just mentioned, Santa Barbara, another big one down there, and could be a big day for them. But I do expect Fullerton today to handle business. That offense has started to show up a little bit better. They played Santa Barbara this weekend. Got a victory out of there. Played a couple really good games, and I think it's also helpful when you see a guy like Flora on a Friday. You've seen basically the best in the country. I think it benefits you long term. Now they go against San Diego State and what is going to be a leftover Tuesday bullpen. I think that this is a pretty good spot for them at that minus 140. Above it, I would lean UC Irvine, quite frankly. USC has been up and down on weekdays. They're getting their pitching staff in order right now as well to get things in place. We saw what UCLA did last weekend. They sat some of their starting staff as well to get their arms ready for what's going to be a postseason. And USC and Irvine are in very different places. I think this game means a lot more to Irvine. USC's offense also has been very up and down. So I do lean Irvine at the plus 2.5. Maybe look at them lightly at the plus 240. But I do think this is a place for them as well. And then we did have a play on Jacksonville State, but that game actually got canceled. So unfortunately, that one is off the board as well. And then I guess last of what we'd mentioned, I do lean the over in the UCLA game. I could see how Santa Barbara want to stick around, but I don't expect it to be a low pitching game. They also, had that long series against Fullerton, which was, 2 of 3 very, very good games. So I do think that, we will see scoring. The weather is lovely right now in California right here. And like you said, UCLA can score. They are, they're guilt-free right now. They're playing well, clear-headed. And even if we have a couple of those guys off of the bench, that offense is pretty potent. We get 4 or 5 runs, that'd be a dream, I think, to me from Santa Barbara. I think this thing flies way over.
Yeah, I'm right there with you in terms of the thought process of like how many runs can we get? If we get 4 to 5 out of Santa Barbara, I think we're in a good spot, man. We'll finish it up here. Cal St. Mary's total 13, Sac State, Nevada, 16.5. Arizona and Grand Canyon. I cannot bet this game whatsoever. What are you feeling on this over? Over or under 12?
It's always hard to go against the Lopes. My feelings about a questionably what I thought at one time was an internet community college. So glad to see the Lopes have continued forward. I would lean the over again here. Arizona's, boy, have they been all over the place. And we know that the ball flies in Grand Canyon. It's a large stadium, let's just say. But no, the ball flies real well there. 12 to me isn't enough. I think that, this is a spot where either of these teams could explode. We've seen Arizona do it at times. We've also seen Grand Canyon do it against a really strong midweek schedule. So I would lean the other over 12. I think that's too low.
I agree.
Big gaps in the Grand Canyon. A lot of triple potential.
Yeah, Grand Canyon's a launch pad. All right, we're gonna find out. All right, that's what we have, man. Let me get the picks back up here, buddy. We'll bounce out of here. 1 second. And we got a ton of slides. All right. What do you got, big dog?
NCAA baseball will get started as we just mentioned. Cal State Fullerton, like them today, going up, I guess, down to San Diego State. I think that they handled the Aztecs in style. We'll match that up with our moneyline parlays. This is actually play of the day for us. LSU in desperate need of a win at home, pairing them up with Wake Forest at the -120. And then heading over to South Korea, we are on the Samsung Lions team total over 3.5. I will also quickly add, we really like the NC Dinos tonight. Kuchang Mo, for anyone who knows, was very high on the MLB list a couple of years ago, had a unfortunate injury during that Dinos dynasty, and he is back, though, looking good, 3-0 with a 2.54 ERA this year. He's going up against the Kia Tigers, who he did go 7 innings, did not give up a run in his earlier start against them this season. So you can add the NC Dinos -1 if you can, or any other way you want to tag it into a parlay.
Dude, the NC Dinos? Is that
sir.
their name?
Yep.
I'm in. Is their logo a dinosaur?
They have 2 dinosaur mascots, actually. I will send you a photo.
Say it again. What is it?
It has 2. They have 2 dinosaur mascots. They're the Dino Dongs is their mascot.
What?
Yes. Just like it's
What is going on with this team? All right, that's my new favorite team.
You're lucky it was everyone's favorite team during the COVID era. They were the run line heroes. They would cover the run line every night. They built me a house. They created what was this Twitter too, because one of my friends was the pitching coach over there for the Lotte Giants. So I got tied in during the COVID time, and it took off big time with what we were doing because I had some actual insight over there. KBO is quite a show, my friend. If you have not watched it, you should tune in. You're lucky because you're ahead of time. I get it at 2:30 in the morning here, so it is a little hazy with some of these games, and my heart can't handle the blow-ups that we see. Last night, for example, in the 9th inning and on, there's only 10 teams, so they play 5 Sundays off as a whole. Last night, one game didn't have any runs in the 9th. The other 4 games combined 15 runs in the 9th inning or beyond. So be ready to pull your hair out.
It sounds like college baseball on steroids.
And there's bands, and they're on the field performing and on the dugout performing while the game is playing. It is quite a spectacle.
They have bands?
Yes, there's full singers. There's a full concert going on while you're playing.
Do the bananas go over there? We need
bananas. It'd be wild. It's like the bananas every night. It's wild.
Yeah. How would the bananas do over there if they came over as a team? Would they hold their own or no?
It'd be tough for them to do much because I think extra bases would be had while they're dancing in the outfield on plays. But I mean, they're talent-wise, they're good. I think though that KBO would probably overall handle them. It's different. They're also playing with wood bats full time. A lot of these guys are still college guys or low-end minor league dudes. And the pitching is the big key. Not to say that Korean baseball is anything special, but you do still have some pretty top-tier starters over there that can, still bring it pretty good.
Hell yeah. I love it. Shout out to the bananas. I'm a big fan of the guy who comes to the plate on stilts on fire.
Shout out to the Nanners. Yeah, that's hilarious. The ability to balance yourself
that's what I'm saying.
It's a spectacle on its own. It's all I wait is to see the topple over.
It's hard enough to hit, like just BP. You know what I'm saying? Like just lacing home runs. This guy's got legs on fire.
Absolutely. It's a wild ride. Yes, shout out as well, Tizzle. Kia is going to have, I think, maybe two guys that have an opportunity to come up in that organization right now. It'll be interesting to see. There's a couple young guys, lots of dudes that we've seen. Chris Flexen, a guy that we all know the name.
Yeah.
My outfield boy running wild and for the Giants right now. Shout out to the Kiwoom Heroes. He was an absolute stud there before he got picked up by the Giants. So, there is a big effect. Shout out Yasiel Puig. He was just there a couple years ago, believe it or not.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Addison Russell and Puig, they were on the same team at the same time. You want to talk about a cancer? They were so caught in their own world, they couldn't even win there. They couldn't even win in Korea with them in the same lineup. And then Puig got caught for illegal gambling in Korea. So
there we go. What did he get? 80 years?
That's a shame.
Did he get prison?
I think they just sent him back to Cuba. They figure that's probably bad enough.
Jeez. I don't want to catch a gambling charge in Korea.
They'll just send you north.
Yeah.
Let's push you up the train. No thanks.
I don't think they have DraftKings up there in Pyongyang.
He's going to have to use a pretty strong VPN network.
Somebody just send me odds. I'll send back the picks.
I'll tell you what, though. If him and Dennis Rodman together, it'd be quite a combo in North Korea.
Bro, there's a story. Anyone on YouTube, go find it, of Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. He was out to dinner one night. Dennis Rodman was there. Saw him. Sat at the table. They sat down and had dinner, right? Rodman just got up. They were friends. Just got up. This is in the 90s. Next morning, Corgan's buddy was with him. They were just like, where'd Rodman go? And Corgan's like, that's just Rodman. That's how he is. The next morning, the dude that was at dinner with him called Billy Corgan and said, hey, man, you watching the news? He goes, no. What channel? And he goes, any channel. And he turned it on. And Dennis Rodman left dinner with them to go to North Korea.
Oh, my God.
Didn't even get up and say bye. Just got up. Anyways, go look that up. It's I think he told that on Joe Rogan. I can't remember where he told that. He was just like, that's Dennis Rodman. All right, Drew Holiday. Yeah, here's a transition. Drew Holiday, the Trailblazers over 2.5 threes, -110. Mississippi State, Ole Miss over 12, -115, and then UCLA, UC Santa Barbara over 11.5, -115. Now, Greg, real quick, a question, then we'll jump out of here. Seminoles asked, games on Naver, right? Is that how we watch the KBO?
Naver was one. There was I was just going on Googling, and there was a couple spots that were coming up for a while. You can reach out to me too if you want to, and I'll let you know. There's a couple other streams that I think are available. Every year it kind of has to rotate.
I have to do with college baseball constantly. I watch so many illegal streams.
The stream that they used to use for KBO that was through South Korea, it was like a legitimate organized one, found out that they were siphoning funds for the network. So it's on every level, but there was theft going on there through this network. So they said no more. So they cut it down for international viewing.
You can always count on somebody to cook up a scheme, huh?
Always a pocket to be nipped out of.
I love anytime somebody's making some money, somebody pops up with a plan.
Yep.
Keep going. I interrupted you. Sorry.
That's all I got. But yeah. So yeah, if you ever tune in, it's quite an adventure. I'll tell you. It's KBO is good. I will say that this year, especially, I've noticed the odds are back to what is a very reasonable spot. The last couple of years they've been so out of hand. What used to be a plus 110 is turning into a minus 130. So I definitely see
they did that move. Yeah.
Well, they were making run lines where they were closer to even, whereas during our Dinos era they were plus 140, plus 150. So you could just I ladder, so I'm looking at money line -1, -1.5, -2 on certain things, or team totals or overs. I do that a lot with Korean baseball. I have an over tonight that I think is going to be flying colors. So I've looked at, taking it up 3 or 4 more runs because it'll happen quickly in that league.
There we go. I love that you referenced the when you're in your Dinos era.
I got like 3 shirts and a jersey for the Dinos. I got a lot of gear back there.
I'm just all in on the Dinos, bro.
You'll like my Dino. I'll wear, you know what? I'll wear my Dino Dong shirt next show, hopefully.
Yeah, you have to. You absolutely have to. All right, we'll jump out of here. Greg, excellent job. Hey, we'll end it on this. Let's end it on a good note, as we always try to. J-Dog, I just hit my over on the Bayern PSG game. Bam! Got him. Well done, J-Dog. That's what I'm talking about right there. I love it. J-Dog set the tone for today. Hey, let's all do it tonight. J-Dog, we're following your lead, big one. Let's go. Let's get these bets. Let's get them, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your afternoon. We'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern normal time. But until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!